Your cholesterol test come back, LDL normal, total cholesterol normal. You breathe a sigh of relief and think, my heart must be fine. But here's a question whose answer might shock you. Does normal cholesterol actually means you are safe from a heart attack? Short answer, no. And to be clear right away, this doesn't mean cholesterol doesn't matter. LDL is still one of the most important things we can change to lower your cardiovascular risk. By the end of this video, I'll tell you exactly why normal isn't always enough, and more importantly, why you actually should be checking to put your mind at ease. Hello everyone, let's look at the hidden truth behind the normal lab results. Let's break this belief down first. LDL is one of the most important risk factors for the heart disease, but it's not the only one. Say someone gets tested and their LDL comes back completely normal. That's a good news, but that same person could still be walking around with a silent high blood pressure, underdiagnosed diabetes, a smoking habit, a kidney disease, or a strong family history of the heart attack, none of which shows up in that LDL number. So a normal LDL is the good news, but it's not the clean bill of the cardiovascular health. And here's what gets really interesting. Now here's the part I think you really need to pay attention to. Atherosclerosis, the buildup of the fat deposit in your artery walls, is a process that takes years, even decades to develop. It doesn't happen overnight and doesn't reverse overnight either. What does that mean? It means you could have a perfectly good LDL today, but 10 or 20 years ago, you may have spent a long stretch of time exposed to a higher LDL, uncontrolled blood pressure, smoking, or excess weight. Think about someone who smoked for the 15 years in their 20s and 30s, then quit and started eating well in their 40s. Their cholesterol test today might look excellent, but the plaque that built up in their arteries during those 15 years doesn't just disappear because their current number improved. Those years did their damage, and that damage doesn't get erased by the 6 months or even several years of eating well. In other words, today's cholesterol number doesn't tell you what's happened to your artery over the last 20 or 30 years. It's a snapshot of the right now, not a history book. So far, we've learned that normal cholesterol isn't a guarantee of safety. But the next question is, what should you actually be checking that a standard test doesn't show you? I'm about to mention 2 factors people have never heard of. Don't worry, this isn't a science exam. I just want to know what to ask your doctor about. One of these factors is Lpa, a type of cholesterol particle that's mostly determined by genetic, not lifestyle, and isn't checked on the standard lipid panel at all. Unlike LDL, you generally can't lower Lpa much through diet or exercise, which is exactly why so few people know their level. There wasn't historically much anyone could do about it, so it rarely got tested. If your Lpa is elevated, it can significantly rise your heart attack risk, even with a completely normal LDL and completely normal total cholesterol. It's usually one-time test once you know your level. You generally don't need to keep rechecking it. We covered this in a full separated video and I'll link it here. But the key point here is this is the one important reason someone can have a normal LDL and still have an increased cardiovascular risk. ApoB test. The next point is a bit more technical, but it matters a lot. 2 people can have the exact same LDL number. You have a completely different number of fat particles actually depositing into their artery walls. Here's a simple way to think about it. LDA, as it normally reported, measured the total weight of cargo, not how many trucks are carrying it. 2 people can have the same total cargo weight, but one might have it on the two big trucks, while the other has it separated across 20 small trucks. And 20 truck clogging the road cause a lot more damage than two, even carrying the same total weight. That's really what ApoB measure, a head count of the particles themselves. So sometimes someone with a normal LDL can still have a higher number of these particles. In certain people, ApoB can reveal additional information about cardiovascular risk that LDL alone may not capture. And the quick one that a lot of people skip past. Elevated triglycerides are also associated with higher cardiovascular risk, particularly when they shows up alongside insulin resistance, diabetes, or excess abdominal fat, even when LDL itself look perfectly normal. So let's circle back to the main question. Blood pressure, diabetes, smoking, age, family history, kidney disease, LPA, ApoB, triglyceride, all of this can raise your cardiac risk, even when your LDL and total cholesterol look completely normal on a paper. That's the key takeaways of this video. Your cholesterol test is not a heart attack test. It's the one piece of puzzle, not a whole picture. So can you have a heart attack with a normal cholesterol? Yes, you can. But that doesn't mean cholesterol doesn't matter. LDL remain one of the most important modifiable cause of heart disease. It just means your cholesterol number is the one piece of your heart health puzzle, not the entire picture. If your doctor told you your cholesterol was normal but still wanted to put you on a medication, would you take it? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe us, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.